Hello and welcome to my channel. Just wanted to go over a few things today. Obviously you can tell that my channel is about paranormal activity, ghost box sessions, stuff like that. But today I just kind of wanted to go over a few of my own experiences, um, aging all the way back to age 7. My grandmother had passed away. As in my first video you would notice, I kept calling out to my grandmother named Nana. She was everything to me. But she had passed away in 99. And a couple nights after she passed away, I remember going to sleep at night. You know, my dad tucking me in and all that good stuff. And I remember falling asleep, and within, I don't know, it felt like hours, but it could have just been 10, 15 minutes. I woke up and I felt really, really, really cold. And I couldn't understand why I felt so cold, but I looked at my doorway and there was a woman standing there in a white gown, and it looked like it was waving in the wind. I remember she had a necklace on, and there was some kind of pendant, or some kind of pendant, and it was in the shape of a heart. And I remember she actually walked into the room with a smile on her face, and when she got closer, I realized that the woman was my grandmother, Nana. And as she became closer and closer, I felt colder and colder. And then she sat on the bed. And when she sat down, I could actually see the crease at the edge of my bed, literally just crease right in, as if somebody was putting weight down on it, as if she was actually there. But she looked over at me and she just smiled. And I heard her say, "It's okay." And then I was just so scared, I just covered myself up as quick as I could. And you know, being like 7, I think maybe 7 or 8 years old, I couldn't do it. I knew that she had passed away, so why is she here? Shortly after, I pulled the blankets over from me, and I looked around, there was nobody there. And I ran as fast as I could, all the way to the other end of the house to my mom's room. And I woke her up and I told her, I was like, Mom, Nana was here. Nana was just here. She was in a white gown and she had a necklace on, and it was in the shape of a heart. And you know, she was so frantic. I woke her up out of a dead sleep, you know. And when she finally came to, she realized what I was saying, and she said, "Nana died a couple days ago." I said, "I know. She was just here." And I brought her over to my room, and I went through it with her step by step, everything, the whole process. I told her everything that happened. And she literally almost fell to the floor. Um, she went and sat on the couch for a few minutes. I just went back to sleep. But the next morning, because our house was so small and our walls were so thin, you could hear everything. And I remember laying in bed the next morning, and I could hear my mom on the phone. And she was talking to somebody. I can't remember who she was talking to, but she said, "I can't believe she was here." And then there was like a silence, like my mom was listening on the phone with something. And then she said, "No, trust me, she was." Kevin described everything that she was in her casket in during the wake. And I didn't know what that meant, what a wake was or anything. But looking now in my current stance, I understand it. It's like, wow, I can't believe I literally described everything that she was wearing when she was in her casket at the wake. Fast forward a few years later, um, I would, see and hear things that just weren't really there. And at first I thought maybe I was going crazy or whatever. But, then I realized to just accept it because, I didn't feel like I was going crazy. And I did tell my mom about it. I always did. And she's like, no, you're okay. You're okay. There's just people trying to get a hold of you. Little stuff like that. So I said, okay. Now, fast forward to about 3 years ago. 2 years ago. A member of my wife's family had passed away. Her name was Sammy. And, I was pretty cool with her. We talked a lot over the years. And what makes this one weirder is my daughter was just born. I don't know. She was like, what, 3 months old? 4 months old? Annalise. And I had her in her bassinet next to me on my side of the bed because we had our bed pushed up to the wall. Just to save some room in the bedroom. And I had her bassinet pushed up to the wall next to me. And for something just made me wake up. And I just looked over. And there she was. This woman was standing there. And I had an end table also. And she was standing looking down at me and my wife between the bassinet and the end table. One hand was gripping the bassinet and the other hand was gripping the end table. And I literally just broke down in tears because it was so fresh. And, of course it startled me. And I just rolled over and I looked at my wife and I said, babe, I just seen Sammy. Sammy was just here. And that was just, it was so real. Fast forward now to our new address where we moved to. I always felt like something, we've been here, last March we moved in. And I've always felt like there was something different about this place than the other place that we were living in. Although I could still feel the spirits and stuff there, but here it's a lot deeper than what I felt before. And not only that, but I'm also seeing a lot more. And so do my kids. And my wife. We didn't know. I mean, we hear it all the time. There's always a little kid. The kids, I'll get so angry sometimes. Because, it's during the week. Kids got school and all that good stuff. And I'll be sitting here watching TV, I like to watch Jimmy Fallon. I mean, whoever doesn't is kind of crazy, but I watch Jimmy Fallon at nighttime with my wife, and we'll be upstairs and downstairs in the living room watching it, and we can hear little kid footsteps running back and forth. So I'll go up and check, and the kids are literally passed out. And you know how some kids can play games, and they'll close their eyes and act like they're sleeping, but these kids were passed out, snoring, out for the count. I began recording it, the footsteps. I'm not going to upload them. I wish I could, but you really can't hear much. But then, one day we noticed that my second oldest daughter, she was running down the stairs, and she was really in a frantic, and she said, there was just a little boy standing outside of my room looking at me, and it wasn't Anthony. I said, okay, honey, listen. That little boy probably lived here at some point. He just probably wants to play. It's going to be okay. You did the right thing coming to me, but if anything, if he talks to you, if he wants to talk, just talk to him. And then come let me know what he says. And she said, okay, Daddy. Anthony, my son, he sees the same thing. But me, I've seen the little boy once. But there's a woman in a long black trench coat that really bothers me. She doesn't seem like she's a threat, but she really bothers me because at nighttime, I like to keep my door open and I keep the hallway light on for the kids because they like, they're not too keen on sleeping in the dark. So I like to have a little light going in their rooms. And this woman walks by, I want to say it was 2 weeks ago, and she walked by, she had a briefcase, and this is like, everything she was dressed in was something from like the 60s. She had a big black briefcase, and she's wearing a black trench coat and this weird 60s style, how women used to wear those hats that are like this, and it's kind of like, meshish stuff going around the outside, and she just literally walked up the steps and then down the hall past my bedroom and my bathroom. No idea where that came from. But yeah, it happened. So this is the first of many videos that I'm going to put up. I just want to say, if you like this, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell so you can keep getting videos from me. Thank you for all your time tonight. God bless. Just like Huff Paranormal and Cody ITC say, love is the key. Take care.